Hi, welcome to the Vaguely Anime Podcast, and I am one of the hosts this evening, Michael, followed by host Sage.
Yo.
And host Kat.
Hi.
And not host Anthony.
R.I.P.
Man got really busy in life and
Yeah.
couldn't keep up with
He has a life outside of this very, non-lucrative hobby.
Yeah. Recently got a promotion, has more shit going on in his life.
Mans is thriving. He doesn't have time for our bullshit.
Yeah, so we're three for this.
Three asterisks.
Yeah, because Kieran, who's been in some episodes, is going to be more full time than he was, but also he's much more of a when he feels like it. So
yeah,
it's three with
three
an asterisk.
asterisks.
Yeah. But yeah, so anyway, this is our anime club for ReZero.
Yep,
so, Season 1. So Kat, this was your pick, so feel free to intro that.
What did I say is the non-spoiler intro? ReZero is an isekai about Subaru Natsuki who gets transported to
another
world.
Yeah,
Shout out to
literally.
Isekais, all the same.
Lagunica. I was trying to think of what the hell it was called.
The actual country name?
Yeah, to Lagunica. And he meets a bunch of people and
fucks around and finds out.
Like every isekai.
Yeah.
Yep, I feel like I can't really do much
right.
that aren't spoilers.
Can I just say one quick thing as somebody who's only really watched one isekai before?
Mm-hmm.
I guess was Sword Art.
Yeah, which was Sword Art. But I've heard a lot of things about isekai and isekai memes, so I was really disappointed he didn't get hit by a truck in the first episode.
Yeah, he just
blinks. It's just
Yeah.
oh, here I am. Okay, I'm but you're supposed to get hit by a truck.
I kind of like that a little more though, because it's very at least for everything I've watched, they get hit by a fucking truck and then they're like, oh, hey, you get reborn in this world. He just blinks and he's there for no reason that you understand why.
Yeah.
Yep.
Also, it was pissing me off that they didn't call them apples. They called them something stupid.
Apples.
Yes.
Well, it's another world.
I don't fucking care. It was an apple. Just call it an apple.
But that's the whole point of why he's like, what?
And
what are you talking about?
And then this spoiled bitch is like, nah, those are white. They don't have red on. They're not red. He's like, it's just the skin, you fucking idiot.
Is her name Priscilla?
Yeah, I think
Priscilla?
so.
But anyway, so there's not much to go into this show about without spoilers, really. But I guess technically we're supposed to. So
yeah.
I guess I'll start technically. So non-spoiler thoughts. I think it's fun. I think it's a really fun show. So this is the third time I've watched this show now, because I watched it originally when it was coming out. Then I watched the director's cut when it came out, and then this time I watched the director's cut again.
Isn't the only different with the director's cut is it's 2 episodes in one?
No, they fixed some animation, they cleaned up animation stuff, and they made 2. I think they added 2 fights, or they enhanced 2 fights. I forget. Which one did you watch?
I just watched whatever was on Crunchyroll, so I don't.
Both of them were. Did you watch 25 episodes or 13?
25.
Okay. So I was the only one to watch the director's cut.
Wait,
Should've
why?
done that.
What?
No,
Oh, so is
there.
the director's cut each episode is double the length because it's 2 episodes
it's,
at once?
it's 2
together.
episodes, and it's like a video release where they bettered some of the animation shots that were kind of wonky.
Remastered it.
And then they I think they enhanced 2 fights that had some issues or something.
Okay, then I guess I just watched whatever the original output was.
Yeah.
But I feel even though in the original, not seeing the director's cut, it looked perfectly serviceable.
Yeah.
Yeah. And technically the director's cut also adds the OVA in where it's supposed to be.
Oh, gotcha.
So I think it's between episodes 7 and 8.
Did I need to watch that?
No.
Okay.
I don't think I've watched that. Which one?
It's episode EX Snowfall or something like that.
Memory of Snow?
Yeah, that.
I didn't watch that.
I started watching it, but I got to this a little late because I've been really busy. And so I was like, I don't have the time to spend the hour on this episode.
Mike sent out a message, I think Monday. Yeah, I should start my rewatch.
Yeah.
But it's a rewatch. So
That's true.
Yeah, it was mostly to refresh myself more than anything else.
Yeah.
I remembered pretty much everything that happened, but I'll get into specifics later. But it just got me to cry again where it happened the first time, so it's cool. Cry, tear. up. I guess I didn't really cry.
A single tear.
Yeah, that just stayed there. It went back in. I was like, no. But yeah, overall, I still think this show is really fun. I think the first 3 episodes are, after having watched it already, are a bit more of a drag.
I was thinking the same exact thing because today I decided to rewatch it for like a 4th time. Because I rewatched it like a week or 2 ago, and I was gonna rewatch it again just to be
so
like.
You want to be super fresh.
Yeah, basically. I didn't have anything else to do. Like I was just gonna put it on while I was working.
Right.
Like,
Background noise.
Exactly. Just to have
You're
it.
up to 40 shows on your currently watched list. I hate you.
40?
Talk about it.
That's disgusting.
But I finish like 1 a week.
I hate
so
you.
like. It's happening.
You're like,
Whatever.
it balances
Yeah.
itself. You're better than me. I feel like I watch one new show like every 5 years.
He's just mad I won't put things on my dropped list, but I did. I put like
or just put
3
them
things.
on hold.
No, that's way too much work.
Oh my
no,
God.
just be like me. Just have a mental list and then forget half of it.
Exactly. I forget it if I close out the tab. So I just have millions of tabs open.
Oh, that's disgusting. That's horrible.
I mean,
And I'll
I'm a
just be like,
multi-tab
no.
person.
I'll be
so.
like, which one am I going
if
to
I
watch?
have more than 3 tabs open,
No, I have.
I'm
like
multi-tabbed,
20.
multi-windowed.
oh
I'm
no.
only multi-windowed right now because of
I-
streaming.
I
but
only
I usually am
multi-window
one window.
if I'm using my second monitor, but I refuse to do multiple windows. And if I have more than 3 tabs, I feel like I'm disgusting.
Anyway, so the first 3 episodes is what you were talking about.
Yeah, so today I actually skipped over them because I watched like,
You were like, you don't need them.
yeah, I watched like half of the episode and I was like, meh, and then I just skipped to him being in the mansion.
Because the first time I watched this show, I remember being like, this show is like riveting from the fucking get-go.
I mean,
I'm
it
in.
is.
And then, but like, now the second, like, I remember it kind of being like the second time thinking, like, and then the third time I was like, absolutely, these first 3 episodes, once you already know what happens, you're like,
But
let's go.
I just wanted to skip to it just because I wanted to get to more characters, like personally, like
Right.
that's why I felt, and also the fact that it's 25 episodes, so there was just more I wanted to get to
Right.
rewatch. It wasn't the fact that I don't like those episodes or anything of that kind. Like I do feel like they drag a little bit more, but not like drag in a bad way, I guess.
Right.
It's just slower than the other episodes, so because he's figuring everything out. So like you said, here, like once you already know what
Yeah.
the hell is going on.
But overall, I think this show is still really great. I think it takes what a normal isekai is about and like changes it up a bit. And now a lot of shows are like it. So I guess technically now it's like other isekais and you're like, all right, well. But originally it felt different when it came out, and I think it still does. And it has a very like the main character like is very he like realizes that he is a nothing isekai character quite a lot, and so that's nice to be like, for the character to actually be like, I'm not the greatest at all times, so that's cool. But yeah, I guess that's my general thoughts.
For my general, I don't know, I feel like I didn't dislike this show, but I didn't love it either. Like I just felt kind of like mid-ground the whole way through, except I did think episode 15 in particular was excellent. I
guess
also
you could say that after. I was like, I don't know what episode 15 specifically is, but we'll do it after
right.
spoilers.
I also thought the score and soundtrack was really well done.
Yeah.
Like usually that's not something I like will pick up on, but I feel like they had like the score was incredible. The soundtrack was really good.
The sound that plays every time.
Yeah, when he's like
yeah.
dying. I think they did a very good job of like using sound motifs and things like that. Like I was like, wow, this is actually very excellent. And a lot of I feel like anime doesn't do that because who the fuck cares?
Mm-hmm.
Or if they do, it's just kind of like really generic sounding, if that makes sense. Like there's
it's very
nothing,
specific, like for the show,
right? Like where if they do choose to do leitmotifs, it's just really bland.
Mm-hmm.
And they won't do anything to kind of like change it up as the story progresses. But yeah, I thought the like soundtrack was excellent.
Plus the first OP and ED both slap.
Yeah, I thought they were actually very good. Especially the first OP I thought was better than the second one.
Yeah, I don't really
but
care about the second
I feel like the second one wasn't bad. Like, this is usually in a show, I'll do like, if I don't like it, I'll just skip OP every time. But I found myself just letting it run every time, even when it changed over.
I don't like the song for the second one, but I think the visuals are still very interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't mind the song. Also, I don't know if this is just a dub thing, but I found some characters like speech patterns and like speech quirks to be extremely irritating.
Roswell in the sub also speaks the exact same way.
Yeah, it's actually kind of creepy. It sounds like that voice actor can speak Japanese. Like it's like on
Very
point
on
of
spot on.
exactly what he sounds like in sub and dub.
And I love Baeko's speech thing. I love how every sentence ends with "I suppose." I don't know what it is. I'm like all about it.
Also,
Baeko second best girl.
Another non-spoiler. I would just like to say, Mealy is the most disgusting pet name in the world.
Thank you.
If I was a girl and my name was Amelia and some guy was like, Mealy, you're my waifu, I'd be like, you need to fucking kill yourself. Mealy, what am I, a fucking worm? That's so gross.
I think it's so fucking
Leah
horribly.
is so much cuter.
I know.
Are you kidding me?
Especially because, and this might just be specific to me because I went to culinary school for baking, but mealy is a bad fucking term for like pie crust. You don't want it to be mealy.
You don't want it to be mealy.
It's gross. It's bad.
That's
so
how
I
you know
get
you
like,
fucked up.
I get really triggered every time he says mealy, and I'm like, it's gross. Why are you doing that?
Like, honestly, I don't know why they just didn't kill him on site just for that. Like, it's every time.
She just lets it go.
Every
she's like,
time
why are you calling me that? And then she's
he
just fine
said
with
that, I was like, you don't deserve to live. This is why you are being
Realistically,
tortured.
though, I don't think that would be the same way you just say that word in Japan. So it has nowhere near the same context, I'd assume.
Yeah, no.
But I feel like a name is still
Amelia,
a name.
Mealy. Like,
Yeah.
I understand why he did it. It's still just fucking gross.
Like, Leah is so much better. He could have called her Emmy. Like,
yeah.
Just like so many better options. And I'm like, you are an actual heathen. This is why you're a virgin in real life. Like, because you give these shit ass nicknames.
I agree.
Yeah.
And Puck fucking being like, oh, it's because he says,
it's
oh,
almost
it's so
as
cute.
Yeah,
it's
no,
so cute
it's
when you
not
call
as
it.
cute as
it's almost as
mealy.
cute when you say mealy.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
Barf.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are my
Yeah, that was important to bring up.
It really was, because from the first time he said it, I was like, no.
Do you care? Do you like mealy? Like,
Nah,
what are
it
your
doesn't bother me.
Ryan didn't care either because I brought this. Okay, so Ryan had me watch this. I don't know, like two and a half years ago. This was one of like the first shows I saw.
Yeah.
Like when I first started getting into anime, and that was like one of because we watched it together. Well, I think I watched a couple episodes and then we like started watching together, but we definitely watched that episode together that he starts doing it, and I was like, that's fucking disgusting. He's like, what are you talking about? Like, it's cute. And I'm glad that somebody
all men
else,
are idiots.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
what
glad
the
that
conclusion.
somebody else feels that way, because disgusting.
Yeah.
I hate it too.
I mean, I wouldn't shorten someone's name to that. If anything, I would probably go with Leah. But
Yeah,
like,
Leah
can't
is
steal it.
infinitely
Yeah.
cuter.
It is cute, but like obviously
like,
you can't just steal it.
to me,
I
it's
understand.
whatever. Like, you know.
But
Gross.
like, okay,
And
the
Amelia is
woman,
such like a nice name.
like
Just
the
call her
love
whole
of
name.
your life.
I think in the sub he
Is
said he
named
calls her Amelia Tan instead.
Yeah, he
which
does.
so I think it's just the English versions of trying to be informal, which I think Amelia
Right.
Tan is. So that's what they went with, because I couldn't do Leah, because I'm pretty sure in the sub it is Leah. So they had to say something else. And they were
Right.
like, all right.
But-
Whoever did that should be fired.
They probably should have went
honestly.
with like Emmy or something.
Yeah, Emmy is so much cuter. But anyway,
Yep.
that just bothered me so much. And from the start to the finish of him saying that, I'm like,
Yeah, no, it's
I'm like, you didn't learn anything.
Yeah.
it's bad.
Anyway.
All right.
My thoughts are obviously I like it. I recommended it. Wanted you guys to watch it. I did not bring my millions of figures and cards and everything.
Why didn't you? Like when we
Kieran
did
picked me up.
whatchamacallit.
I know. I was going to, because I have even more.
Oh my god, even wait, do
Reese
they
and
also
stuff?
have like a trading card game?
So the Vice Schwartz cards, the same
Oh,
that I
same
had.
brand?
Yeah, but I have them for ReZero, and then I I just got.
She has 3 really expensive figures that are still.
I
not
know. I
coming
don't know when
yet.
the fuck those are
Didn't
coming.
you order
I'm so-
those like a year ago?
Yes,
she
when we
ordered
first
them when we first started this
When we
podcast.
first started the podcast, I bought these, and Amelia is supposed to cut. I don't know. The month's running out. Like there's only like 3 days, and I didn't get a shipping notification. But
Yo,
on the
you just
site,
got scammed like $1,000,
I'm
bro.
$1,500. But well, Ryan bought one of them, so technically I spent
okay,
$1,000.
I thought it was less, and I was saying 1,000 to
No,
be exaggerated.
No,
Like,
you know,
exaggerate.
They're
we
really
talked about this
big.
on
They're-
the
I
episode.
didn't know it was 1,500.
They're-
I really didn't.
They're huge. Like they're
No, I know
12,
they're- I
like,
know
like a
they're
whole
really
foot.
big.
Yeah. And there's so much detail in them.
If I
like,
can
honestly,
find
it
the,
deserves
if
it.
I can find them on for a picture, I'll throw
Yeah,
them up. on
throw
the
You
them
screen.
up.
They're beautiful.
But
They're
you-
like,
So
I'm in
you,
awe of
You
these
just said
figures.
so it's 3
yeah,
for
Ryan,
1,500.
Ryan bought one of them, so they're 500 each.
Okay, so I saw a Blackluster Soldier figurine at our local mall. Actually, It is.
Where?
You know that new card store on the 3rd floor by like the food court?
No.
It used to be where the Disney store was.
Yes.
Okay, so that's a card store now.
Oh.
And they have like puzzles and games.
That Disney store went out of business.
Yeah.
Yeah, a while ago.
And
surprised.
actually, I bought one of the puzzles from there. I'm working on it right now, and I'm actually losing my mind, but that's unrelated. But yeah, they had this beautiful Blackluster Soldier figurine, and it was $230, and I was like, "That's ridiculous."
That's the same way Mike is. He won't spend.
I bought one figure that was expensive, and the only reason was because it was a holo figure, and I have never found one that looked good. And so I was like,
I've
all right,
sent you
I'll get one.
multiple ones that
and it was
look-
like
But
180
my-
or something.
my
but I will
thinking
never
is-
spend more. I will never spend that much money on a figure ever again in my
My
life.
thinking is, if I
Wrong.
find this same Blackluster Soldier at Comic-Con for a better price, I'll probably buy it.
I like. First of all, I know we have an anime podcast now, but I don't need any more figures realistically. And 2, I just no like my like regular max limit is like maybe $80. Realistically, like
But
$60.
so okay, so my
I'm
problem
like that
is,
too.
Plus, I
and-
also like. I'm more
Actually,
of like,
no. This Yami figure was $100, but I think Bakura I got on sale, so Bakura was only $75.
Yeah, but like also, I'm more of like into figures that look like the characters' regular costumes and stuff.
Same.
And so usually the super expensive ones are either huge and like way hyper detailed, though I wouldn't have the space for it anyway.
well, that's what I
or-
don't know what to do with the ReZero ones when they come.
Yeah,
but-
or they're stylized to a different thing. Like you've sent me some like Rem ones where she's in like the like tight fitting,
Oh,
like
yeah, they love
like yeah.
Rem and Rum. There's like
Yeah.
millions of
And like they're
figures
all
of them in
really
different
nice,
stuff.
but I only really want ones that look like them for their regular stuff. Like
I mean, they have those
so.
too.
No, yeah, but also they're
But you can only do
ungodly
that.
expensive.
You can only do that how many times, you know?
Oh, yeah.
So like that's why.
No,
they,
I understand
they
why,
do it
but
in,
like
different
it's
ones.
also not really what I like to buy.
Mm-hmm.
So
I don't know if. I guess from like figure collecting that my taste has just become more
expensive.
Yeah, expensive, literally.
How much money did you
Because
spend on Hatsune Miku figures?
I have giant ones. I have 2 big ones that are coming. I don't know when, but those are so fucking beautiful. I regret nothing. I don't regret the ReZero ones either. It's just the fact of I don't know when the fuck those are actually coming.
You just
But-
email them again. Just email them again.
But it says on the website, it says TBD. Like they're having manufacturing issues, so they don't know. And I don't want to like pull out and say like, give me a refund. This isn't coming
Right.
back, and then them announce 2 months from now, like it's because I really want them. They're really you have to put.
They're
up
the
pictures
ones
of
you
them.
sent us in the chat, right?
Yes, like I think that they're just such fucking nice figures. All 3 of them, like I just think they're really nice. So I don't want to, but yeah, obviously I'm out of a lot of money and I don't have a figure to fucking show for it. But I don't know. I'm kind of just like holding on.
To point out the fact that like obviously pre-orders are a thing, but like you got this figure when we were basically starting the podcast, and we have not gotten to watching ReZero for like a year and like 2 months, and
Right.
you still don't have them.
Yeah, but there's some pre-orders that aren't for like 2 years.
Yeah.
So.
That's
But
insane to me.
it said
Yeah, my Holo
they
one, I
were
think,
all
is
supposed to come out like a
weird.
couple months ago, but Rem
but it
and
got
Rum,
delayed.
both of them say TBD. There's not even a delay. But Amelia's said that it's delayed for this month, but I still haven't gotten a notification saying it's shipped. And obviously there's like 3 days left of the
Right.
month, so I don't actually know what the fuck is going on with it. Like I wonder if because I haven't looked at the site, like it might already say that it's delayed to something
Right.
else. But yeah, so I was hoping.
And they're
to have
coming
those.
from Japan.
Yeah, I think they're all manufactured there, and then
Okay.
because I bought it through Crunchyroll, and then they're just shipped out.
No,
like,
the only
through
reason
them.
why I ask is because sometimes when it's like international like that, things literally get stuck in customs for so long.
No, they definitely haven't been shipped though.
Oh, okay,
because
so
even,
they haven't
yeah,
left. Okay.
I
I'm
don't even
picturing
think
it's
Rem
just,
and
like,
Rom
in a-
started being made. Like
Jesus.
I don't know what the fuck is happening with that, and that's why I'm kind of like,
Anxious?
yeah, and like, should I just get my money back for it? But like, I don't know, they're just so.
Well, don't wait another whole ass year
Oh
for
wait,
them.
Ryan bought Amelia, so I wouldn't get the shipping notification. I have to text this man and ask him if he got anything because he doesn't even check his email. So maybe
He doesn't check his email?
No,
Disgusting.
Yeah, because yeah. Okay, wait.
I
so
check
now,
my email too much.
Now I need to.
I have to. I have
I
too many
know.
stuff that like
mean-
important things. I
Okay,
that
can
come
we get
in.
back to
Yeah,
Rio?
anyway.
yeah.
Okay,
wait,
so-
wait. So the original point of this was that I didn't get to bring all.
Oh,
of,
your whole collection.
yeah, because I have a big ROM like in. I think it's a scene from season 2, so you. It's not spoilers because there's not really like much going on in it, but so I was gonna bring that. That's a big one. I just bought a new Amelia. I got Beatrice's Nendroid that just got shipped to me. I have
Bayako.
I have Amelia. Her Nendroid's really cute. It's in stock on Crunchyroll if you do want to get it. I didn't know you liked her that much. But
I like not in like the same way as like Rem or like Amelia, but like Bayako
She is
is
adorable.
amazing.
It's a very
Love
cute.
Bayako.
It's a very cute Nendroid, so you should check it out. If so, and I think it was only like. I think Nendroids are like usually like $50 or
Yeah.
something. So, but anyways, I have that. I have like a slumber party kind of set of Rem and Amelia, and like Rem sleeps on Amelia's lap. Like,
Oh, that's cute.
yeah. And then I have all of my Schwartz cards, and so I have even more stuff than Quintessential, but Kieran drove me, so I didn't feel like be like, sorry, I gotta load all these boxes up into here so I could set up on that, so I didn't do it. But that was that point.
All right. Well, hey, here from here on, those were our general thoughts and
On
figure
figures,
talk,
not it was like not
and
even.
so from
actually
here on
the
out,
show.
we're talking spoilers. So if you haven't watched it and don't want to get spoiled, leave now.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So spoilers. Fucking episode 18 makes me almost cry every time.
Which one's that?
That's the one where
Where
Rem
confesses her love to him?
and he's like,
Okay, wait.
I'm the worst.
Wait,
and he's
wait,
like, nah,
wait.
you're great.
Okay, so we have to start with who is your best girl?
Rem.
Amelia, wrong.
I'm
Incorrect.
sorry, you're incorrect.
Look.
Okay, but I'm also coming from the perspective that I've only watched season 1, so I have no season 2 context.
I think wasn't Amelia your best girl from season 1 anyway?
Yeah.
All right, well,
Like,
that's incorrect.
Yeah, I agree. But like, it's season 2 gives in the same way that all of season 1 is basically Rem only, except for like a small portion. All of season 2 is like only Amelia. So everyone that's a Rem stan just gets screwed over in the second season.
Pretty much.
Like, for me, I don't really mind it when anime does that thing of like, oh, the first girl I meet like is now my waifu type deal thing, and then they make it happen. Like, I don't really mind that because that's very anime of them. But you can't have that and then fuck off with that girl for like 2/3
When they
of
give
the
you the
show.
optional best girl when she's there and she's like, I'm the worst, and she's like, I'll be there to believe in you no
My
matter what. And
biggest-
I'm like, bro,
But then,
what's wrong with you?
Hold on.
Wait.
Then, so this girl confesses her love is like, this is the life we could have together. We could live so peacefully, right? And she's like, and I love you, and I want to cherish you. And he's like, go fuck yourself.
No.
He
Wait, hold
does-
on,
he
hold on,
does-
wait,
hold
wait.
on, hold on.
She says, I have thought about this, but it's not what you want, and I understand that.
Right.
She said
she does say that, but at the same time, you know, she's just being polite.
Yeah.
And then he's like, no, go fuck yourself. I love Amelia only, you
So-
fucking simp.
When I first watched that for the first time, because obviously, like, I thought Amelia was best girl from the beginning. When that was happening, and she said it seemed like he was gonna like, me and you, I'm like, we're going. I love you. Like,
and I was like, yeah, man, go for it.
Let's
And
GTFO.
I was crushed. Like, oh my God. I remember sitting there like, he can't do this. I was like, what the fuck? I was just like, no. And then when he said, I love Amelia, I was like, oh my god, he just crushed her to fucking pieces. I feel so bad for her. I personally do not like Subaru.
No,
I
feel
him,
like Subaru is literally the worst part of the
yes,
show. Like
he really
he's
is
such a virgin simp, and I'm like, you need to get a life.
He is. I just don't like him, and my biggest problem is, I feel so bad for Rem. Like, he's just such a horrible person for doing that and using her, and even though she says it's fine, I want you to, he shouldn't do that.
I don't see it as, like, normally I would agree, but I feel like with the way that the scene is presented, it's not him using her.
No.
Because she goes through. He says, "Let's run away together," and she goes, "I have thought about it, and like this is like what I would love," but she's like, "But it's not what you want, and I know that because you're not smiling." Like,
right.
She was like, "If you were, I would be like, let's just fuck off, let's go." But like, she's like, "I know this isn't what you want." And I understand. I love you, but I'm not the one you want. And she's like, but I will be there to help you. And he's like, I need your help.
But he does not need to be like, you're right. I don't love you. I love Amelia. He could be like, thank you for understanding.
But also
that's not the path I'm trying to go down.
He constantly just uses Rem too much. Like, he just depends on her too much, and I don't think
he's just like, yo, you're my errand girl.
It's just not fair to her. So like, it just upsets me greatly because obviously, like, she will do anything and everything for him.
She's like, the big titty maid, and he's treating her like she's literal trash.
I love all of the girls. Like, I really do. Like, I just think that they're all, you know.
I think Rom is comedically so fucking great, but I don't really care about her.
I think Rom, it's because Rom, we get literally nothing out of her.
Yeah, like
comedically,
Rom
I love her.
Also,
yeah, I think she's good comedy relief.
Why I connected to her is because she doesn't like Subaru, and like, so because I didn't like Subaru, like,
literally, Rom is out here just speaking the truth that Subaru is a piece of shit, and I'm like, you tell her like it is.
Like, go off, queen.
Subaru is absolutely. I'm trying to be careful because I'm like, I don't want to be like the only guy being like, no, this guy's fine. Like, Subaru is absolutely a piece of shit. Like, and if nothing else, because I have the episodes pulled up in front of me.
I feel
13 through 17, where he's just going on the downward spiral, proves that he is an absolute piece of shit. But there are plenty of times where he also proves that he is there to help people. Like when he goes back into the forest after he wakes up to save Rem, and then like absolutely sacrifices himself to do it, and then he sacrifices himself again later during the whole white whale like war.
It's so weird because I feel like Subaru becomes like the actual main character at like
after the speech, after episode 18.
After episode 18. So in episode 19,
which is why it's called From Zero. She's like, just start over now.
Right. Like that's when he becomes the actual main character, but because before then he's just a passenger. Like nothing he's doing is actively affecting like the political landscape and the whole strife of these people.
Yeah, the whole thing with like the mob eats dogs is like it's him being like a good person, but it's still really for the benefit of
him.
Yeah. Like so I agree. Like he is a garbage person, and then episode 18 happens and he has the whole speech where he like even like references like the problem with isekai characters where he's like, I'm a hollow human. I have no skills. There's nothing to me. And then she's like, yeah, but there can be. Like restart. And then that's when he like becomes kind of a good person. And then season 2, I feel like kind of about that, but like
it's weird.
He goes from there, and I feel like that's when he finally steps up.
I do agree that he has a redemption. I still just don't like him.
Yeah.
Because like, yes, he does get better.
And he absolutely still does use Rem, but
that's also a reason why I really don't like him is because, like, I don't know, I'm just so empathetic towards Rem that she would do anything for him, and he's just taking advantage of that.
Like, I'm the same way.
It just makes me so fucking angry.
If you think about it, like, the way that she's so wholeheartedly devoted to him is basically how he feels for Amelia, except he has almost no basis for it because at least Rem has
like
spent
she's
all
talented,
this time with
amazing,
him.
can do
Not
all
even
things
that,
he
but
can't fucking do shit.
not even that, but they have been spending all this time together, so she's getting to see who he truly is as a person. And she's like, you know what? You have flaws, but I still appreciate the good that's in you. Whereas his like unshakable devotion to Amelia is based on her saving her in the alleyway, and then him being like,
realistically,
I
it's
just
anime.
saved your life. Give me a smile.
I don't think that that's true. Especially with rewatching it,
Right.
and rewatching it multiple times. There's little moments where he like talks about, like even, at the beginning when every time he dies, she still helps out that little girl. Like
Right.
he does talk about little things like about her that like does show why he loves her. It's not, I agree, like I know what you're saying, but I do think that like it is there. I don't think it's just anime first girl like boom loves Amelia, never anything else. I do think that it's there, and there's a lot more also in season 2, but obviously this is just season 1.
I still stand by like that, like he to a degree is using her, but also I disagree because she's devoted to him, but she could absolutely at any time be like, this isn't what I'm doing.
But she's
like,
not going to because she
but
loves him so much.
But they still had the conversation where he's like, this isn't going to happen, and he's like, and I need you to know that, and like, will you still help me? And she says yes, and he's like, so like we're cool, like you'll be watching me, I'll be watching you, and we'll make this work.
But if you think about it, after that conversation, she's not taking up the role of like this girl that's obsessed with this man and will get nothing out of it. I think she's turning into like her her only role that she knows, which is like master servant role of like, this is what you do in this role, and you do it unshakably. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't feel like he's using her. I feel like if episode 18 didn't go the way it did, like I feel like it kind of lays out what they are very clearly to me. I feel like they had a conversation that they are like, they understand what each other needs and that they are okay with it.
But I guess I just can't see a world where I would confess my love for somebody, but listen to what I'm saying, and then be like, I know you don't feel that same way. And then that person just be like, yeah, I love this bitch next door.
Yeah.
But
will you help me do everything?
But will you serve me?
Exactly. Like that's just what
unshakable loyalty.
Exactly.
I'll be like, no.
That's what upsets me like so much because
couldn't be me.
Couldn't be me.
Oh my god. But like just because she loves him so much, like she's obviously going to do that for him, and that's like what annoys me. And like I just feel like he shouldn't do that to her.
It's almost this thing of like, she doesn't even want the sloppy second. She wants the sloppy like tenths of his affection.
The reason why I also like, because even if he said, I don't want you to help me, she would do it anyway.
But that's at least a little bit better, in my eyes at least, than him knowingly, like all the, just knowing that she's so in love with him, will do anything for him, and him being like, yeah, I love Amelia, but help, thanks, every way. Like I feel like it better him being like, no, like I'll get through on my own, and then her deciding, I'm
like
gonna still help.
But she does kind of do that.
Like I would rather that.
He keeps telling her that he's like a garbage, nothing human every time. And she's like, no, I'm gonna keep helping you.
She's like, I can fix him. Like she just.
Oh no, she's the girl that wants a fixer-upper. Okay, I changed my mind. Rem is not best girl. Throw her in the trash.
But like it just,
she wants to fix him.
I just feel,
call the police.
I just feel so bad, and it makes me like anytime. So like even though he has that, I've had this fight so many times with Ryan because Ryan likes Subaru, and he's just like,
I think Subaru's fine. Like whatever.
He had his redemption. I understand why you think he was so garbage, but he had that redemption, and now he's that. And that is true. Like, I do think he got better, but because of how it is with Rem, it just makes me so
It puts
internally
a
angry.
stale taste in your
Yeah,
mouth.
like not even stale, sour. Like
Yeah.
Well, also,
I just can't.
I
It just
think what
bothers
also-
me so much.
I think what also like I guess helps my view on it is the whole like descent into madness episodes. When he's not doing anything, she is actively still doing things for him regardless. So like,
but like I
you
said,
are it's already established that regardless of what
No,
he said, she's going to be doing
But
it.
it's fine. Like I don't know. Like obviously, I'd still feel bad for her that she's just like she
He
knows
becomes
that
a vegetable and she's like, all right, well, cool, I got him. Woo!
Subaru becomes somehow even less helpful than he was
Yeah,
before.
and that episode was so good when fucking why am I blanking on what the fuck his name is?
Metal Goose?
Yeah, when he's like asking him, why are you
Not
pretending?
Beetlejuice for some reason.
I know, and that's
I
what I
keep
wanted.
thinking
I was like,
that
I
too.
couldn't think of what the
Yeah,
pronunciation
it's like
was.
I think it's Betelgeuse or something.
Yeah.
I keep saying, in my brain, I keep thinking Beetlejuice.
That's what I think too, especially because I even
Do you
if
think
it's on
that's
English,
like
I
a
read
thing, like
subtitles.
a mistranslation, like it's meant to be that, but they can't because it's
No, I think it's
copyrighted?
spelled
No,
differently.
because when they were dubbing it, like they could say you say it this way, like the.
I guess that's.
But
They
also,
always tell
I
them
think it's
how?
spelled differently. So
Oh, okay.
I actually don't. I actually think
find
it's
out.
spelled the same. But when he's asking him like, why do you pretend? Like it's insulting to someone who is mad. Why are you pretending
Right.
to be in this? So like people feel bad for you.
it is
and,
spelled
like,
differently because it's also spelled with a P.
with a P.
Yeah.
Where did the P
Betelgeuse.
come from?
It is spelled differently though.
Pepple?
No, Betelgeuse. Petelgeuse.
All right, I'm just going to call him Beetlejuice.
Not what it says when you
Betelgeuse
read
Romani Conti.
when you read the like subtitles. Does
Yeah, the
not say
subtitles,
that.
I felt like it was like BETE something something.
It looked like Beetlejuice.
Right? That's
Yeah.
what I thought.
Whatever, doesn't matter. Interesting. What were we actually talking about before?
Him going insane and then Beetle just being like, why are you faking?
Yeah, I just thought that was such like a good scene, like to just be
Yeah, and then
like,
he
what the fuck
snaps
is wrong with you?
Rem's fucking body into pieces, and
Yes.
she still crawls over to him to be
my
like, "I love you."
I know. I feel so
this
fucking
bitch
bad for her,
got
dude.
cut up.
I feel so fucking
She
bad
got
for her, dude.
eviscerated,
She
and
was
she's still
limp.
out
Limp.
here being like, "I'm in love with you," and he's like,
Breaks
She's
his
fucking-
chains and then goes, "I love you." Dies and
She's
goes
fucking
limp.
and he's
inchworming
and
her fucking limp
so then,
body.
So then
And you don't think she's best girl?
after that,
I love Rem,
he
but
resets,
no.
right? So obviously Rem does not remember that experience, which from her end makes sense. He remembers that. So he's really going to be like, you died for me, trying to save me, and I'm still not in love with you. Fuck you. Like,
Dude,
are
and-
you kidding me?
Every time he's like, "I can't explain it," and she's like, "That's okay. I know when you can't explain it, and I love you anyway. I will believe you." And I'm like,
Where's
why are you treating her
Amelia's
so-
like, well, if you don't want to fucking tell me anyway, all right. Like, goddamn.
I love Rem, like I do, but also I just feel like it's like a personal taste thing because I wouldn't want someone like that. That's like just so like I don't want to say
But I feel
hopeless,
like
but
I
like
feel like
I don't
Amelia
know.
is like so dismissive to him, at least in season 1. Like from what I've seen,
I don't think she's
Like,
dismissive.
I feel like she's
I think she's
curious
focused on her
ab-
own shit. Like
right.
she cares
But
about
she's-
him, and you
she's-
can see
she's
that.
curious about him, but at the same time, she's like, I literally do not have the time.
Yeah, she's trying
you need to fuck
I
off.
want a nice independent woman who's trying to
Right, which
run
is fine.
a
But if
fucking.
I was a guy,
I want my my big titted maid girl
If
who's
I was-
devoted
boobs
to
are
me.
not that
if
big.
I
It's
was
just
a
not
guy,
I think they're the
I would
biggest in the
take.
show out of the main characters.
I would
no, I
take.
think her and Amelia are actually the same.
I would take that
think.
message and be like, all right, this is not
sure I
going to
can look
happen. I
this
need
up.
to move
Go
on.
ahead.
But this man is a fucking idiot, so
Yeah.
he just keeps going for it.
I don't know.
No critical analysis here. We're only talking about waifus, okay?
Yeah, like that's the real.
That's the
Yeah,
real
that's-
conversation that needs to be had.
Exactly.
ReZero official breast-size tier list
Oh
from
my-
the author.
From the author.
Wait,
Nice,
read
nice,
it.
nice.
That's
It's
incredible.
a YouTube video.
Oh my
wait,
god, that's so funny.
It must be in the light novel.
I don't know.
I think it's probably in the light novel
But,
because it went from light novel to the manga
Yeah.
to the show.
Oh, so
So-
it did get a manga. I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I don't know. I'm all about Rem. Rem's my girl. I absolutely.
telling- like,
that
I-
devotion is what I need in my life.
I don't know. There's just something about Amelia. But like I said, I love all of the girls. I do love Rem. I just feel really bad for her. Like I just and I just don't like Subaru because he takes advantage
Right.
of that it just like that
It
sour
sours
taste
the
of it.
experience for sure.
And yeah, if they did
Oh.
it with him being like, oh yeah, no, you don't have to help me, I feel too bad, and then she did it, like that would still make me feel better because at least he tried to be like a better person, kind of being like, you know, I know you love me.
Apparently,
but, like,
apparently Rems are slightly smaller than Amelia's.
oh, that's why he chose Amelia.
Yeah.
That's the answer.
He wanted the even bigger.
No, it's the lap
Yes.
pillow. Dude, by the way, that little joke where they know that he got the lap pillow and then the next day he's like, all right, I'm good. By the way, can I ask a favor? And both Rem and Rom are just like, it's the lap pillow, right? And he's like, yeah, lap pillow, definitely. He's like, I'm not that perverted. And they're like, sure. I love them. Like when they were like those first couple episodes when they're just like holding each other's hands.
Yeah,
and they
sister.
just keep, yeah, Rem.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, yeah. They're the greatest. Fucking love them. Go ahead.
Sorry, I was just gonna ask a question. So, after gets his like fucking ass kicked by Jules, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or
Uh-huh.
Julius, right?
I wanted to add with that I literally can't watch that episode. It's too cringy for me.
Oh
I like
my
the first time
God.
I watched it, every subsequent time I'm like, nope.
He-
It's too cringy.
Literally just goes off his rocker and does as much cringy shit as possible, and I'm
Yep.
like, for your own sake, please stop.
And
But-
you can't take any of it back?
I loved that episode, watching him get the
Me
shit.
too. But anyway,
shit
so
handed
he
to
gets
him.
his shit kicked in by Julius, right?
Yeah.
And then you get to like the white whale situation.
Which, by the way, incredible like creature design and just idea.
Right.
The fact that it just makes people forget, like disappear
literally
through history.
vanishes you from existence.
Awesome idea.
Yeah.
Like such a rad creature.
But so after that, and then they're like trying to beat up Beetlejuice or whatever, and he recruits him like on their team, right? I don't understand why they're still hating on each other. Just get over it.
I don't even think that, because at that point he was Jules. I don't
Right.
even think that he was like
Julius actually never hated him.
exactly like it shows.
He says it.
No, but I'm saying, why is Subaru so?
because he fucking sucks.
Like,
he
he's
just
such a
does.
piss baby.
Like he was just too fucking jealous.
you got your
like
shit
he was
kicked in
done. Yeah.
by a knight.
He was literally
You thought you were
just
gonna
jealous
win. Like, what did you
that
think was gonna
Julius
happen?
talked to Amelia and then was like, "Fuck you!" Like,
Yeah, but then he realizes that fault, but then he's just a dick to him because he's like, you're just kind of a smug piece of shit.
but like I don't
And
know.
it's like,
It's-
which isn't wrong, but I agree that he is still being like kind of a prick about it. But like,
Subaru
they're rivals
is a
at that
smug
point. so,
piece
like,
of
whatever.
shit. Like
Seriously, if
Well, he
I was
was at
one
the
of the
time. He was at
best
least
knights
better.
in the country, I'd be smug too. Like, yeah, I beat your ass and I'll do it
But
again.
yeah, but like to
Yeah.
be fair, again, Julius actually did it for a good reason. Like,
Yeah.
because Reinhardt says that in one of the lives. He's like,
I think Felix says it too.
yeah, he's like, why would you throw your career away or reputation away for this? And he's like, because he needed to realize that he couldn't protect anything.
Right.
Like, and he was
Like,
trying to think he was
needs to
all that.
understand he's a little bitch, and if I'm the one that has
Yeah.
to do it,
Yeah.
okay.
I'll do it. Yeah.
And it worked. Technically, it took him like a while because that's just the start of his
Right,
spiral. But
right.
like then he got there. Also, Wilhelm, awesome character.
Oh my
Yeah.
god,
Love Wilhelm.
Wilhelm is such a badass. Like, I needed more of him on the screen. Also, what's the green-haired bitch?
Crochet.
His-
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I kind of feel like I was robbed. I thought I was gonna get more of her. Especially more like fight choreography and stuff with her, but she just has like
Yeah.
long distance sword from my horse.
Yeah, I mean,
my land dragon, whatever.
yeah, like I definitely
Like,
felt
I
like there
kind of
could've
wanted
been-
more out of it,
Speaking of that
especially
land dragon, I love that fucking little gag where he's like he picks the land dragon.
yeah.
And then-
Patricia?
Yeah, and then he's
Patricia
like,
is best girl.
yeah, and then he's like, oh, like you're such like a good girl or whatever. And then the Krisha or whatever is like, or is it Felix who's like, careful, you'll get Rem jealous, and she's like, I'm not pouting
Yeah.
or whatever. And then it's that one scene where it's like the sparks flying between them and they're
Yeah.
just staring at each other. And I'm like, yes.
Yeah. I also really like Otto, but Otto has a lot of time in season 2.
Otto's
so.
great,
Who's
except for that
Otto?
one time where
Otto
he,
is the one.
the green hat guy that
Yeah,
pushes
the
Super off the
gray hair.
fucking
Oh,
cart.
the one
Yeah.
that's a little piece of shit.
No, he's actually great.
not.
But to be fair, he was having a mental breakdown as the fucking whale was chasing him.
Yeah.
And
He
he was like,
seems
oh,
like-
you're the reason, cool, bye.
He seems like a piece of shit.
I also
but I
he's-
can't
he's-
blame him.
He has like a whole arc in the second season where
Yeah.
he's like a really good guy.
yeah. And I might be thinking that because
right.
I've seen it. I don't remember
No,
how I
can't-
felt
I can't even
about him
blame
in just
for
season
being
1.
like, oh, you're causing all this.
Get
See
the
ya.
fuck
Yeah.
out. But how Subaru is just unfazed next time he sees out. Like, shouldn't he be scared of it if he just fucking kicked him out like that?
Again, I think that like it's the starting from zero thing. Like that episode, he's like, you know what, you did what you got to do. He was like, and that was a different
I guess
life.
so.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Like to him, Julius still did what Julius did, and I feel like he has to feel at least a little like annoyed by it. Like his pride is still hurt. Like he was a piece of shit. I think he acknowledges it, but his pride is still hurt, so we can't just be like, we're best friends now.
Right, which is fine. Like, I don't need him to be BFFs with Julius. I just need to stop whining.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I think that is at least the difference between like someone like Julius to Otto. Like he realizes the things that happened in the other world, he doesn't need to hold over like Otto. But Julius, it still happened. So he's like, I'm still a bit annoyed about you.
Also, can I just ask like a general isekai question? Because
Sure.
I don't really consume a lot of isekai.
I haven't seen too many, but
You finished Konosuba, at least season 1.
yeah, I'm on season 2.
So, okay, so Subaru goes into this world and he's like, okay, I know nothing about this world, but like, he obviously has to have some knowledge and some skills from Earth.
I mean,
So they
Barely.
go into
They
that
talk
in
about it.
season 2.
Okay.
His like life beforehand.
Because my thinking is, I'm like, wouldn't you still at least understand like basic?
it depends,
Where
and
are
it
you- where
does
are you going
depend,
with that?
and
Basic
it
what?
it depends on which world and which
Like
show it is.
like so
Also,
when he like, you know how they bring up like his like flip phone every now and again.
yeah,
Right, and he's like, oh, it does X, Y, and Z. Like, I kind of wish they did like a little bit more of him bringing in like Earth things.
I mean,
But
he
he
only
only
had
had
what he
had.
had.
Not physically tangible,
telling them stories,
but I
about
mean
it.
like Earth knowledge, if that makes sense.
But
I feel like it didn't really apply. A lot of it didn't.
I know, but I feel like it could have like.
I feel like it's because one, he doesn't have the things. He only had like the shopping bag, like what
Right,
he
with
had
the
on
snacks.
him, and he.
Yo, he should have used that shopping bag to be like choking at everybody.
I don't even know what the fuck happened to that bag. Like it's just not.
It's gone.
Yeah, but I feel like it's not helpful.
Also,
because
R.I.P. those snacks.
I know,
Yeah.
we just ate them because it's just a story that he could say. They don't know anything about Earth or like you know what I mean. So
Right,
like I
but,
feel
like,
like,
But
it's-
also, like, what if you got teleported right now to a world? What the fuck knowledge do you have that you could change that world with? Like, do you understand our economics or certain technologies to be like, all right, so there was this box that would show pictures, and I have no idea how it works, but can you guys make that?
Right.
Like, you know,
No, it's
like,
not even about that, but I just mean in terms of like, I feel like obviously this is not like a 1-to-1 of like Earth and Lagunica, but I feel like there are enough similarities where he would have been like, okay, got it.
but like what?
yeah, like, but what?
What
What
is-
are you?
yeah,
Yeah,
like,
what are
what
you
is he-
looking for there?
I mean,
What do you want him to bring up? Like, what's one example of
I
something
just
that he
wish
should
was a
have?
little bit smarter. Oh, I'm getting like 3 thugs are attacking me in an alleyway. Let me get out of the alley. Let me stop getting my shit kicked in.
He kept just running into them randomly.
It's
No,
the
it was-
same
it was-
alley
it was
every
the same
time.
alley.
Oh, all right,
It
well.
was the same alley every single time.
Just don't go in that alley. Choose any other one.
But that's just him being an idiot, not real world anything.
I know, but still,
But what do you
I'm
want
like,
from
how
the real world
fuck
then?
you
you
stupid
just
can
want him
you
to have
be?
street smarts.
Yeah, I
Like,
want him
that's
to
what
not
he
be an
was-
He
idiot.
lived
He was
inside in a
He
house
was a
all his
shut-in.
life. Yeah.
Like that's what he did.
The only
Like,
reason he was fit is because he did daily calisthenics.
yeah.
Yeah, but he had to leave to get his stupid fucking snacks.
To go to the convenience store.
Down the street, yeah, I'm gonna get mugged all the time. Down
well, he
the
was
street.
getting mugged in Lagunica going down the street.
Yeah,
like, goddamn.
it's a different world.
Just not
I
understanding
don't know what you want from him.
I just
like-
want him to not be a fucking idiot, but that's too much.
I mean,
to
that's
ask
different
for.
though. But that has nothing to do with Earth. Like that
Yeah.
has nothing to do with isekais. Like it's just.
I
Subaru
just-
shouldn't be fucking dumb. Like,
Yeah,
that's it.
and I just like, was he an idiot on Earth?
He's the same person. We only know about him. Like
Like
in season 2, we they kind of touch on it, but like they don't really comment on his intelligence at all. And if anything, I'd argue he is kind of intelligent because he makes all those plans that actually work.
all right, so
He actually.
what's the dumb factor?
He's just dumb.
Sometimes people are idiots. Would take you for example. Your daily life, you're an idiot.
Actually, that's a good point. Like, if you got transported to another world, what are you doing for them?
No, I'd be fucking dead.
Like, what about Alex? Like, Alex is one of the smartest people I met. Dumbest person on the planet.
Oh my god,
Like,
Alex would get killed right away.
So I don't know what you're looking for there. Like,
I just don't like Subaru. I'm sorry.
That's fair.
I can't-
that's
I
fair,
agree.
but have a better argument. Like,
I just don't know what you want, like, besides to be listed, which I agree. I don't like him.
I was just thinking that maybe there's like some explanation for his level of stupidity that like we find out on Earth he's also a fucking useless piece of shit.
Bless
but
you.
like, you know what I mean?
Like,
I don't know what you want from.
Like,
I want him to be better.
He got held back 3 grades while he was on Earth. Like, what do you want?
I would be like, I believe it.
Yeah. Oh, thank God they told me this. Now
But
it
no,
all
'cause
makes
I'd be like,
sense.
it all
Because
makes sense.
if he did get held back 3 times, I'd be like, there's no way he's coming up with any of these fucking plans. Like,
Yeah.
He had extra time to think about it.
yeah,
Duh.
like, he needed to be put into the side courses where he needed the extra time for tests, but they didn't have it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what you want.
Yeah,
I can't.
I don't know. Regardless, I think I think the world is pretty interesting, but they don't I feel like there's not a lot of world building in this, at least in the first season.
Yeah.
But like the world that they give you is really interesting, and
There's
I
not
like
really
basically-
world building in season 2 though.
yeah, I guess it's really like only that region building.
Yeah.
And then
I mean, they talk about like other places, but not.
Yeah, but,
you
like,
know what I
barely.
mean? Like you
Yeah.
don't really see it.
and then but I think like the show absolutely thrives in like all of its characters. Like
Yeah.
all like Roswell's a fucking weirdo, but he's great. Fucking love Roswell. He's fucking weird as shit. Love him. Or you got fucking Bayako, like second best girl, possibly third. I don't know. It depends on where Amelia is and my feelings at the time. And she's just like adorable and absolutely will just murk anybody if she gets annoyed enough.
really like
He's like just
Puck's
pacing her
full
and she's like, get the fuck
form.
out.
When he was like a
Huge dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. I like the moment that the episode, one of the episodes when he's downward spiraling and he's carrying Rem
Yeah. Episode
after
15.
she dies. Yeah, and then just he comes out of the house.
Yes.
The head comes off, and then it's just the credits are just him slowly. The snow's
The
going
snow's
over, and then he wakes
building.
up again at the end, and you're like,
Yeah.
so good.
They do so well with like the endings, and like because I said that on whatever episode that was, that like it has, you know, the music like
Right.
adds like it's just so good. They
that
did
like
so
that
well
like
with it.
operatic song that they use every
Yes.
time he dies, like incredible.
I think it's the same like with their endings, how they incorporate it with like they're still having the scene playing, but like the ending credits are on the screen, and you feel like you hear like the faint like ending song at the same time.
Mm-mm.
It's the same thing that I was saying with Banana Fish, that I really like how they do that, because one, they get more screen time out of it, but also it just feels like it works so perfectly
Yeah.
for the times they choose
Yeah.
to do it.
I also love the way that they show every time like every time he tries to say I can return by death, and they
Right.
have that hand that like caresses his heart.
Satella.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're just like, oh god, like it's like weirdly like beautiful in a
Right.
way, and you're just like, this is fucking weird, and you're like,
So the
awesome.
time that he does say it to Amelia and she gets killed, is that because he got like the full phrase out and it would hurt him more to kill her than himself? Like
They
does
don't
that
really
make sense?
explain
Like,
that, but
I
I,
never
think so.
understood
Yeah,
Like
that-
I think it is like the equivalent, or just kind of to scare him, but they don't really go into
I think
why.
it's because he was going to commit no matter the pain, and so
Right.
then instead it was okay,
let
kill the person next
let
to
me
you.
make
Yeah,
you
'cause-
feel a different kind of pain
or
as a consequence.
she just can't know, kind of thing, I guess.
or like the whole
They-
contract
they,
thing that
like-
they got going on.
They
Yeah.
kind of like they get into it a bit more in season 2, but I don't really remember. It's been a
I don't
minute.
think that they like
I-
really explained.
Well, they touch why he's.
Yeah, but they don't explain why she would die instead.
Oh no! But I mean, like they explain like the deal, and
Oh,
and
yeah,
like
yeah.
and I think it's clear. I think it's just because
Also,
he was gonna say it regardless. So she's like, all right, well then I'll kill this
can
person.
I ask a question that I don't know if you know the answer to,
Mm-hmm.
or if I don't know if I'm allowed to ask this
Sure.
question? But is Amelia Satella?
That would be spoilers.
That is spoilers that we can tell you after the episode's over.
Okay.
If you wish to know.
Yeah,
just
I want to
not
know
watch,
just
then
because I
yeah.
have like a running theory in my brain.
Yeah, so we could just tell you afterwards.
Do you want to say what your running theory is?
We
won't say if you're right or wrong, but
right. So my theory is that she is, but she like doesn't know it. If that makes sense.
Like a multiple personality kind of deal?
or like reborn.
Like, I guess split personality, opposed to like a bunch, right? Where she is, but like the Amelia that we're seeing is like essentially her like more light side, like what people are seeing, but then like behind closed doors is Satella, like evil, spooky type deal. But like when that's happening, there's some kind of like circumstance where the bright side of her doesn't know that that's happening.
I think that is like, well, at least in movies when there's multiple personalities, like they
Right.
could not know that about the other one, so that makes sense.
Right, but you know what I mean? Like where for magic or whatever it is that like she's like very slightly aware of it, but she doesn't know like the steps and actions that this other version of herself is taking, if that makes sense. And like so when they're bringing like when they first meet and she says my name is Satella type deal, but then the second time they meet she's like, why the fuck would you call me that? That's basically a slur, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but they explain
then-
why she says that.
Right, but then you have I can't remember what episode this is when Puck is saying like, oh, like I won't let you hurt my daughter, blah blah blah, and then he calls her Satella. You know what I mean?
He does?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
I don't remember that. You'll have to find the episode.
Okay,
and
I feel like I remember
us.
that happening. Like I could be crazy and just
could be I just missed it.
like heard it wrong, but I feel like I do very clearly remember that, and I was like, oh, okay. And then after that they literally never brought it up again, if that makes sense. Like it was just like a one like blink and you miss it kind of a thing. And I remember I heard it and I was like,
The only time I remember that coming up is when he's holding Amelia and then Puck shows up to like freeze everybody, and then they're like, this is why I hate you fuckers, like because you worship what's her face, I'm spacing on her name, the witch.
Satella?
Yeah, Satella. I know we were just saying it, but
Yeah, I was just like,
she was like, I hate
must
that
be
you
talking about something
Yeah, I
else.
was like, I was just, it left my brain. Where he's like, this, like, I hate you, like, you know, because you worship Satella, and then it shows a shot of her, but I think it's just because they keep saying that she has a similar look to Satella.
maybe
If that's what you're
that,
talking
maybe
about.
that might be what I'm thinking of, but I feel like I remember it being a little less like.
I mean, I definitely
I
could
don't
have just
know.
missed it.
I-
Like
don't know.
I don't know if that makes sense, but that's my running theory. I think that she is, but at the same time, I think the like, or she is, and she knows she is, and this is some like
Long
con master plan. Even though she knows it's gonna be a struggle to be like the next ruler,
Also,
she's gonna get it, and then she's gonna be like, J motherfucking K, joke's on you, I'm the next big bad type deal. And then Subaru would have to then be like, oh fuck, I was in love with the wrong girl this whole time. Rem, where's you at? And she's like, I'm over you now. I
That would
found
be
a
amazing.
better man. Could you
That
imagine?
would be so good.
Could you imagine? And then it's just Subaru by his lonesome and he's like, Wang.
So, also, real quick, can we talk about the fact that, like, none of the other candidates are good choices in any way, shape,
Awful.
or
They're
form?
literally
Like,
horrible.
you got like militant dictatorship, just wants it so she could say she owns the fucking
Right.
country. Like wants everyone under her fucking boot. Anarchy, because Felt's like, fuck all of you, I don't want any of this. And then you got
Also-
Amelia who's like, I just want people to like
Be nice.
Yeah, be nice
But
and
that
get
just
along.
shows how horrible everybody is, that she is the one good candidate, and
also-
they still like.
and yet
got
you have
blown.
the merchant girl and green hair girl like be good people because they help with the whole white whale thing, but like they're still like
I feel like the merchant's not so bad.
the merchant girl. She's like, I
The
just
little
want
one with the hat?
I just
Yeah.
want to have this shit so I could say I own it. She
Yeah,
was like,
she
I don't
was-
want anything to do with it other than
But
that.
she's so cute. I love her.
I like her little cat people.
Me too.
Her
I think
military
they're
people.
so cute.
Yeah.
And the brother's just
will-
like regular. He's like, yeah, they're a bit like overzealous, so I just do some of the stuff. And Super's like, I feel bad
will
for you.
say one thing this show does really well. I think they have very cute and like designs.
Yeah, I think
for their
the characters are
because
great.
I feel like sometimes, again, as somebody who looks at isekai from like very far removed, I feel like sometimes they're trying like too hard, if that makes sense. But I think these character designs are really, really cute. Everybody is very distinct, but not like over the top, if that makes sense. Like nobody feels ridiculous and outlandish, or at least if they do, it makes sense for them to be that way. So the designs, I was like, girl designs, top tier. Boy designs, who cares?
I just think it's nice also
What do you mean,
that
best girl Felix?
that there's so many characters that all have such like different designs.
They're
like, they really
so distinct.
did. Yeah, like
And
they really
do,
did.
and again,
try.
they do a great job at balancing all those characters. Like basically everybody is interesting.
I also appreciate
even if you
that
hate them.
they don't do the thing of, oh, we have to make our characters distinct solely on color palette. I personally do not like that trope. I think it's extremely tired and boring. So when their design is distinct regardless of their color palette, but also because their personalities are like very different but meld well together, you know what I mean?
I love all of Amelia's outfits so much. Like
Yeah, they're
she
very
has
cute.
Such cute.
I love
fucking
all of
outfits.
Rem's outfits.
the one outfit
Yeah.
we see her in. I like her outfits too. I think
They're so cute.
I also like when she had those like loose pigtails.
Yes.
Also, you should watch the OVA because
I know,
Ram
I've
and
been-
Amelia get drunk.
I
in
know.
it.
I know what happens in it. I've been meaning to watch it, and then I just
You just
always,
don't?
I just always forget about it, and then I just like never end up watching
Subaru, the
it.
fucking loser. Every time someone's like, "You want to drink?" and he's like, "I'm too young," and it's like, we've established the age is 15 here, man. Start fucking. You've been getting killed the entire show. You
so
need some
I thought
alcohol,
that
my
was-
dude.
What's the age in Japan?
Probably 18, I guess,
I think
or 21.
No, I think it's 18.
Like he was saying, he was turning 18. So
But
Wouldn't he be 18?
I thought it was.
Oh no, because you said it's in the middle.
I thought it
Yeah.
was really
20.
funny that
Oh.
it's
It's
20. Oh, so they're the
Wow.
same as South Korea. I didn't know that.
Oh.
I thought that scene was very funny where they were like sitting down and she's like, "Oh, have a drink with me." And he's like, "Oh, I can't drink yet." If I was in another world, I'd be like, "Hell yeah, fill up my cup."
Yeah, like you're offering
Like, what
me
an
things.
idiot.
also, again, you've been murdered like 20 times.
Yeah,
you could
I
probably
deserve
fucking
this whiskey
like-
right now. Okay.
Exactly. All right. Well, I guess do we want to wrap up a bit?
Yeah, this sounds good.
Yep.
All right. Oh fuck. Right. I start. So final thoughts. After all these watches, I still think that I originally the first to go around rated the show a 9 out of 10, and I think I still stand by that.
9.
Yeah, maybe an 8, but I feel like it leans more towards the 9 just because even though it's not necessarily very different from Isekai now, it was at the time, and I think every character is interesting
When
whether
did
you
this
hate them
come
or not.
2015.
I think so. Yes, I will look real quick.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
But ReZero, where is it? There it is. 2018. No, sorry. I watched it in 2018, 2016.
Oh, I was gonna say I wasn't close at all then, but 20. Yeah.
So yeah, so like I think, and that like, and every character that's in the show is interesting, and that I feel like is a pretty like impressive feat, like for how big the cast gets, especially. Like even if they have a small role, they're usually pretty memorable. I'm just shit with names, but like I could see that character be like, I remember how these people act, like, and they all have very like interesting and different designs. Like then you get all the like small backstory episodes that I feel like fit very well in the flow of the episodes with Rem and Ram, and then like with Wilhelm, and you know, like where you get all those little things. And I think it works really well, and I don't know, like I think it handles what it's trying to do very well. So I think I stand by having it be a 9, and obviously I would recommend watching it. And I don't remember, I think I liked season 2 a little less, but I think also like it's got a pretty strong season 2. So like if you liked it, you'll probably like season 2. I think I also liked it a little less just because I was watching it weekly, and it felt like it
Also,
needed to be a little
you know,
more
the
binged.
whole Rem.
Also the whole Rem thing. Yeah, you do get shafted quite a lot.
R.I.P.
So.
She doesn't got that time.
She sure doesn't.
R.I.P.
But yeah, so I'd give it a 9 and I'd recommend it.
I feel like I would give it a 6 only because, one, isekai is not my thing. It's just not a genre I was ever drawn to. I personally I don't care about isekai. I cannot get into its like tropes and all that stuff. Like, it's just not for me. I did think the show was good. I thought it looked good. I thought it sounded good. But the overall story, I felt I wasn't super invested in. I think a lot of that was I just cannot get behind Subaru and his choices and his like way of life.
I think that's partially why I like it, because I like that he's a loser. Unlike most isekai,
I
where
don't-
they're the fucking OG superpower
as
guy.
somebody who wants to see losers thrive, I don't want to see him thrive. I want to see his shit get kicked in.
You do. The entire show, quite often.
I need it even more. Like, I just cannot stand him and the decisions he makes. Like, he starts off so selfish, and like by the end, is he less selfish? Yes, but
He still sucks.
not enough.
Yeah.
I feel like for everything he went through, I'd be like, do you not think it's time to open your eyes? You didn't think that was a lesson that needed to be learned? Okay. Like, I just can't get behind it. And the fact that he is like the main character, it's just too much. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I stand by my 6. I say I would recommend watching it because I do think this show has a lot going for it. It's just really not for me. If you like things that have really excellent sound design and like soundtracks, absolutely watch it. I think even like
also, it's pretty gory. That's pretty great.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really care about the gore, but I think like a lot of the fights are very well directed, like good choreography.
Oh, sorry to cut you off.
that's okay.
What are the 2 fights that they...
I didn't know what you meant, but like, where would they have added those in?
I forgot to ask you that.
I
when we went
don't
into
think
spoilers.
it was added.
You
think
just
it,
think
I'll
they were
look
like
it up real quick.
reworked?
Yeah. I would assume at the very least one of them was probably the white whale, because the CG was, I think,
A little rough.
Yeah. Anyway, continue. I'll look it up.
But yeah, I would recommend it, but I think I would have to give it a 6.
Okay. I rated it a 9 when I first watched it, and then I think I would keep it. It would be a 10 for me if I didn't hate Subaru so much.
I'm glad I'm not the only one.
No, I'm honestly glad that you say this.
They
though,
reanimated 2 fights.
Oh, okay.
Like, completely reanimated
So
them.
which ones?
I don't know.
Oh, it
It
just
just
doesn't
says
say.
It just says that there's 2 reanimated ones, and then they added a final scene to the final episode, but it's the first scene of season 2, so.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Because the only person I've really talked to about this show is obviously with Ryan, and Ryan likes it. Well, not like, it's his favorite, but like it's not. I feel like it's the same way Mike feels like about him and doesn't care kind of thing. But I'm glad that somebody else dislikes him. So, but at the same time, I think that the show like has more than enough like other content that even though he sucks and I have to watch him suck, like it makes up for it, at least for
Right.
me personally. So like I just feel like they do a really job in character design. I feel like they do really great with development. I feel like there's just so much to it, and I don't know, I just feel like they did such a great job with it, and I am excited for more content to come out with it because the manga isn't even like caught up with the light novel, and then the show's not caught up with the manga. So like there's just a lot to
come out.
Yeah. And honestly, you made me more excited talking about your theory because I never even thought about like any theory into it. Like I just watched what I watched and I'm like, okay, cool. I'll wait for them to like release everything.
Right.
But like I never even thought about like theories and like long cons and like stuff like that. I'm like, wow, that's like a really interesting thing to like think about. So
That's all I do. In my mind, I'm like, where is this going? I have to like figure it out before they can
I
tell
never
me.
even thought, like I just watched it and I'm like, okay, now I wait a year until they
Head
give
empty,
me,
no
yeah,
thoughts.
until they give me more. I'm like, I enjoyed that. But like, so it honestly makes me excited because I know that there is like so much content that is yet to come. But so obviously
the light novel is finished, right?
I don't know. Is the light novel
I think
finished?
it's like 30 volumes. I think it is finished.
Not sure. It is long though. I do know that.
I don't know. Keep talking. I'll figure
Okay.
it out.
I was just gonna say, obviously, I recommend it. I recommended it to you guys. I also recommend season 2 if people enjoyed season 1 and want to continue. It's 2 parts. I think they probably equal out to probably 25 again, or maybe it's 26. Is it 13
I
and
think
13?
the total between the seasons is 50, so yeah, probably another 25.
And yeah, so even though I don't like Subaru, I feel like everybody else makes it up for me, and he sucks.
That's fair. Can't even blame you.
Yeah. But I'm curious. We're either going to get people commenting being like, I agree, Subaru sucks, or it's going to be like a long paragraph.
If you're a female and you like Subaru as a character, comment down below. I want to know why.
Yeah.
And if you don't like Subaru as a character, still comment. I want to know why.
Yeah.
And
I'm
I want
actually
y'all to
curious what
validate me in my opinions and thoughts.
Actually, I'm curious what
apparently it's ending soon. The author
The
said
light
that
novel?
apparently the author said that arc 11, I don't know what arc they're in right now, but arc 11 will be the final arc, and he said that in April.
Gotcha.
So it's close.
Coming to a close then.
Gotcha.
Yeah. All right. Well, then that's our thoughts, and here's the group thing. And with that, next show, which is mine.
Yeah.
And so we're watching Trigun. It's one of my favorites. Also,
Good choice.
Yeah, the new animated version is coming out sometime next year, I believe.
I thought it was coming out even later than that.
Maybe, I don't know. There's a new one that was announced, and I think it'd be interesting if we watch this and talk about it, and then whenever that new one comes out, we can watch that and see how that goes.
Right.
But Trigun is like, it's one of those shows that when you start watching it, if you get like the vibe, it's gonna be like, oh, it's gonna be this kind of show, and then you get like halfway in, and you're like, and it just fucking like paradigm shifts, and you're like, oh, all right, cool. Like, you start thinking it's one thing, ends up being a whole nother thing, and all the characters are really like fun. It came out in '98, so like it's like old style.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it's really fun. It knows how to handle serious moments really well, even though it's like kind of like fun, jokey, and it has some awesome characters and like really good animation. And yeah, like
I haven't watched Trigun
it is 26 episodes.
In so long that the only thing that's coming to my mind is like, because I watched it, I think it was on Toonami when I was a kid. And that's when I watched it. So the only thing in my brain is like wacky antics, hijinks, Wild Wild West.
Yeah.
Like that's the only thing that's coming to my brain, and I'm like, I literally remember so little about this show except for that.
Yeah, it is very like wacky action, and then it just goes from there.
Yeah.
So yeah, can't wait for you to tell me you hate it. Very
I
excited.
don't know. Did you like Cowboy Bebop?
Never seen it.
What?
Yeah, she's never seen it.
Uncultured.
Anything like older, I haven't seen. I've more seen like
but it's
newer
Cowboy
shows.
Bebop.
Never saw it.
Everyone's seen it.
Not me.
You.
Maybe you should recommend it. I don't know.
All right, I'll recommend it on the next one, guys.
Yeah.
Because Kat's the only person in the world who
I was
hasn't
like,
seen
yeah,
it.
but then we're just gonna be like.
God damn.
Anyway, so Trigun, 26 episodes. You have 5.
Is it on Crunchyroll?
I think I watched it on Funimation. I don't know if it's made that transfer yet. There is a dub of it
right.
though. It's
So
either
potentially
on
it's
Funimation
one
or
or the other.
Crunchyroll. I don't know where it's been transferred yet. There's also a movie
There
that's also
is.
really good.
I remember watching the movie fairly recently, and I remember it being fun.
Yeah, it's very fun. It's just like placed like somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
You know, it's one of those movies like where
It kind of doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Like, it's
but
just-
it's also by Madhouse. But it's funny watching the show, which is '98 Madhouse, and then watching 2010 Madhouse and
was
being
gonna
like, God
say,
damn, like
Because the movie is like much more modern.
yeah, and it's like because Madhouse was huge back in the day, even still. But like old animation was old animation.
They just didn't have the technology for that kind of Christmas.
And then 2010 comes out, and it's like Madhouse going fucking ham on like these fight scenes, and you're like, holy shit.
And I feel like late 2000s, early 2010s, Madhouse was just popping off in every direction.
Sure was.
Like they were just going off, being like, "You want incredible animation after incredible animation? We got you."
It was Madhouse and Bones. Those two were just
Studio
like
Bones
all about
was also just killing it.
Yeah. But yeah, also there is one bummer about the dub is that there's a song that like kind of shows up a few times in the show, and they have the voice actor of like singing it, but they never released a full version of the English version. They only have a full version of the Japanese, and the girl that sings the full version or like the version in English sounds so good, and I'm like,
So
bro,
you feel
what
you've
the
been
fuck?
robbed.
But they do that in things, because remember when I texted you when I was watching that random ass fucking show Skip Beat that I don't even know how I ended up getting into, and Nate like sings a cover in the dub for some reason, but he never I guess because he doesn't have the license to like do that or whatever, never released it. So there's just like this one little bit, and I'm like, I need more. Why did you do this?
I'm like, this song fucking goes so hard, and I'm like, but they never released it, and I'm like, they released every other fucking version of it, every song in this. I'm like, God damn it. And it's 1998. You're not getting that again.
Yeah, it's gone forever.
Yeah, like,
well,
either
maybe
way.
they'll do it in the.
Maybe.
Do you think they'll get the same cast?
I have no idea. I don't know. Like also because the anime is very different from the manga, because it was one of those things where they caught up and were just like,
well,
make it up.
Yeah.
It's like original Full Metal Alchemist type deal.
Yeah. And I've never read the manga, and I don't actually know what the reception is between people that read the manga and the show.
I've never read the manga either.
So I don't even know if people that like read the manga were like, this is awful. I have no idea.
I've never heard any like real discourse between the two, but I also am not like.
But I'm also like someone that's like, yo,
like
original Full Metal also really fun. Like
I
think it's also almost just as good. Like
I think it's very fun. I think if you want to get into it, you should watch the original anime, then read the manga, and then watch Brotherhood. And that's the ultimate way to consume all of it. Because then
if you want a regular version, just watch like through episode like 14 and then just watch Brotherhood.
Yeah, you could just forget about the rest.
because the rest of it is still really good. I actually like what they did, but
it just is not what the manga did.
Yeah, but then Brotherhood, because they already did the first half, are like, we'll just speed it along a little bit, which is fine. But it some of those story beats hit so much harder in Full Metal than they do Alchemist.
Yeah, because they're not. It's not just like a flyby thing.
Anyway, that's not what we're talking about. So anyway, thanks for watching this week's episode of Anime Club and Vaguely Anime. You have 5 weeks to watch Trigun. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Check out Kat on Twitch at Kat the Moonstar. Check out Anthony at Super Milkshake on YouTube. And yeah, we will see you guys next week. So bye.
See ya.